Well, again, on behalf of the Veterans Leadership Program of Western Pennsylvania, the Board of Directors, all of the staff there, and all of the volunteers, I want to welcome you to this year's Tribute to Veterans. You know, I think there's no better way to begin a program like this than to demonstrate and tell you exactly what the Veterans Leadership Program does. Now, we have a video later in the program that will tell you all the services that are available, but first, we've asked a veteran, a man who has actually served his country, to come here tonight and to tell you in his own words what the Veterans Leadership Program has meant to him. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Christopher Costello.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Costello. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, and I'm here to inform you how the Veterans Leadership Program has helped me. Before I begin, I'd like to thank all veterans for their service and sacrifice. Also, I'd like to apologize if my appearance scares you. In boot camp, I was inflicted with a motivational illness, which has left me with this permanent war face. My story begins being the eldest of 5, raised by a single parent. We're a welfare family in Mount Lebanon. This atypical situation forced me to be strong, determined, and resourceful. The day after 9/11, I almost joined the Army, but wasn't quite ready to commit. A few years later, several of my friends died during their time of service. Having grown up in a family of service members as like my great-grandfather, I enlisted in the Marine Corps where I found a home. Sadly, my enlistment ended early due to medical issues. Like many, my marriage during service failed, but I was blessed with my beautiful daughter, Mia Bella. Unfortunately, there were custody issues, and I didn't get to see her very much. Without her as my anchor and dealing with issues from my time in service, I was lost. I couldn't relate to anyone, and when I tried to talk to people who weren't vets, they just didn't understand. I ended up having several different jobs, staying with friends, and if that wasn't an option, I'd just sleep outside or wooded areas, parks, benches, cars. In these circumstances, I used my Marine Corps training to improvise, adapt, and overcome. I lived this way for about 3 years, and then one night when I was working, I met Mike Bodas, a case manager at Veterans Leadership Program. I knew Mike was a Marine because of his high and tight haircut. We talked, and I knew he understood me because he was a Marine. Rah. It was the first time in a long time that I was able to share my story with someone. Mike told me about the Veterans Leadership Program, we call it the VLP, and how they help veterans in situations like mine. The hardest part for me was admitting that I even had a situation. When I did, I became a client of VLP. Fast forward 2 years. I've overcome several of the obstacles that were in my way of having a reasonable chance at becoming a successful and pleasant person. I now have an apartment. I spend time with my daughter every week. I'm in a wonderful and stable relationship with my girlfriend, Samantha. I stay very busy. I write, I paint, and I do what I need to take care of myself and the people that I love. And I will start working probably early next year. I must thank my case managers, Mike and Butch, and everyone at the VLP for giving me the tools to make all this possible. They have shown me that since I never gave up hope, I was never hopeless, and my family at the VLP just doesn't help veterans like myself find homes and jobs. They care about us and help us believe and trust in people again. Without their support, I wouldn't be here today. I'd probably be dead. VLP, thank you for making me a part of your family, and thank you for being a part of mine. Semper Fi.
Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for sharing that important story tonight. You know, Chris's story is just one of an example of how the support that you offer affects the lives of veterans in our community. We want to take just a moment, too, to thank our lead sponsors for tonight, K&L Gates and Highmark, for their very, very strong support again this year. In fact, I would like to ask Mr. Walter Bunt from K&L Gates and Dr. William Winkenwerner, Dr. William Winkenwerner from Highmark, who's new to Pittsburgh, so you need to welcome him here. I'd like to ask both of those men to stand and be recognized for the really strong support your organizations have given the VLP over the years.